lot of fight.
Sturts, baseline off the back of the iron, no good. Ball tipped out. Picked up back by Drake. They thought about firing quickly with Howard. Instead, he hands it off to Jackson.
Their average length of possession is 22 seconds. So they are one of the teams in the country in D1 that takes you really deep into the shot clock.
Oh, they're deep right now. Shot clock is at 3. They go to the corner for Howard. Howard cans the 3. 2.5 to play. Grill again. This time for 3. No good. And Sturts with the rebound, looking up the floor, speeding up the floor. From the base. Robinson going right to the rim. Can't convert. And he's slow to get up. He's limping up the floor. It's 5-on-4 right now. Combs into the paint. Leaves it for Howard and jams it home from the base.
Above the three-point line. If you close out inside the three-point line, that's like a layup for Belmont.
Who has a better bench in this matchup?
Belmont. Belmont. I think they're the deeper team.
That should help. Oh, Howard! A big
Shot clock. That back cut. Manipulate the defense.
late clock. Sturts. Ball's loose. Howard has it. And another.
Looks better than mine. He ran for an hour on the treadmill. I did 30 minutes on the Stairmaster.
Well done. I was buried in Valpo this morning, getting ready for the Cinderella in our second semifinal. Valparaiso, the 11 seed, is in. Howard muscles up, gets the buck. This is a wonderful game. Drake, the 1 seed, they've barged their way through the Missouri Valley. 17-3. They blew out Belmont in their only meeting. But Belmont here in the semifinals of Arch Madness is a 3-point lead. Banks doubled. Manyao also doubled. Someone's open. It's Howard. And it's a...
Banks used that old school inside pivot move. It is really difficult to stop because he's right on top of you on the catch.
Wide open Howard from the corner.
Why they lead the league in steals.
All right, so Moreno has checked in for Southern. As Diva will take a quick breather here. Again, he has 2 fouls along with Sykes.
They're going to play drop coverage with Moreno. He can't switch. Feet aren't good enough.
Jackson sets the pick for Sturts. Howard wide open look again.
On the backboards.
The other thing to keep an eye on as out of the timeout, Diva comes back in along with Sykes again. Both of those gentlemen with 2 fouls.
There's a trap after the timeout on Sturts.
Moreno, the big man, going up against Sturts on the help defense. Wide open look for Howard once again, and he's hit 3.
Panthers in Des Moines and Isaiah Howard, they didn't guard him either. They called the term as, we're going to dork you. We're going to stay in the lane and plug it up. I'd guard you on the perimeter.
Full court pressure applied just to kind of get that offense for Drake a little disjointed. If that's possible.
Different looks. Show him different looks.
Sturts finds Manyao. Kicks it out. Howard now trying to drive on the baseline. Kid's feeling it, isn't he?
Scott Nagy and I entered that league at the same time. And when I get a phone call, hey, I got a Division II player for you, I said, that won't do it. I need Division I talent. And certainly this 4 who transferred for Northwest Missouri State has proven they have the talent to play at this level.
Howard again. Valpo and the way they looked last night, really almost, especially defensively, a dominating performance against UIC.
A physical Valpo team, and they have a win already over the Panthers in mid-January.
How about that pass play?
It is slow and methodical.
Oh, a block by Moreno, follow up by Howard.
Games 5-0 in overtime. It's an amazing stat.
What's that non-conference record at home is like? It's been a long time since they've actually lost a non-conference game at the Knapp Center, isn't it?
Yeah, Bradley was able to break that home win streak in conference. Their 2-point win at the Knapp Center.
7 straight years the Drake Bulldogs have had at least 20 wins. But this year, as you mentioned, it's a new band of leaders. It starts with Ben McCullum and extensively.
Abreu finds a cutting Cale Combs, gets it back to Abreu. The outside shooting's been a problem. Isaiah Howard goes up, has a block the first time, but gets it back and play. Bonsu now comes out. Now we'll go back inside. They try to get the ball to him, but it's a bad pass and it's picked off by Abreu. Drake trying to take advantage of the Bears turnover with 4:10 to play. Banks sets the high screen. Sturtz unable to move around it the first time. Sturtz works his way into the lane. Isaiah Howard to the basket. Draws the foul, counts the basket.
And the basis of this for the bread and butter of this Drake offense. That time paying dividends is Howard, the guy setting the screen.
So again, we talked about Missouri State, this young team having trouble finishing in the last 3 minutes. Nevertheless, get the feeling maybe nobody would really want to play them in the tournament as Drake.
Like to double the post. He does not want to get the threes or offensive rebounds. Keep going to Anderson to see if they double. They have not yet.
Northern Iowa just dominated inside on Wednesday against Belmont. 46 points in the paint. Isaiah Howard, the freshman, scores and one. He'll go to the
screen. They got Banks in too as well. Here he goes to the rim. Lamb missed. Rebound. Foul is good, and a foul.
3 guys out. Fouled 3 guys out just because of his prowess in the paint.
Sturtz will pass it out. Swish on a 3.
Good look for Davis. Now 0 for 4 from 3. All pretty good look opportunities. Been shooting better recently. 36% from 3 on the year.
Biggest lead of the game for Drake right now at 12. Howard in the paint. And gets it to fall.
It's always tough no matter what. When you have a coaching change, you have different players that come in. Even if you have the same roster, just the new philosophy of it. I mean, this is a totally different philosophy than what the Bulldogs were used to over the last 5 years with Coach DeVries, and now you get a new coach in. But when he's able to bring basically his roster from a championship team at the Division II level, you know, a lot of people question some of the players and what they could do, but I think they've
will be for a return for Leon Bond, but he's a guy that can score at a 30-point game earlier this season, one of the top defenders for the UNI Panthers, and so it's another reshuffling for a UNI Panther team who's seen all
supporting their ball clubs.
Drake has made 7 of their last 9 shots. And now with the first offensive rebound for the Bulldogs, Cam Manyow, who is 5th in the Valley in offensive rebounds, gets about 2.5 a game. Here's Howard into the paint. Howard, tough shot up, and it falls.
Team really defend the post, and that ball was floated, and Abreu read it. Now we'll slow it down and shorten this game. Make a 4-point lead feel like a 7-point lead. Thanks to Howard with the reverse.
The Waters, especially without Cooper Schwieger in the game these last 2 minutes. Big for Valpo to close this half strong.
Combs to the ball outside, being guarded by Liavero. Minute 40 left to play, first half. Drake enjoying a moment ago their biggest lead at 14. Combs tries to work around the scary screen. Here comes the drive by Isaiah Howard.
For this Valpo group.
Yeah, 170 assists last year, 2nd in the NBC. Bulldogs with the shot clock winding down in the half. Get the ball to Howard, and Howard threads the through.
Wagner throws it away. Here's Drake with a 2-on-1. Howard, and he'll finish.
There's one of those, or to kick it out for the 3 ball.
4 points for Kamani Dowdy. Grad transfer from Utah Valley. Rolling. Yeah, I tell you what, I can
watch that Murray State staff start looking up who is this guy as he came in that game, and it was a huge impact. And here he comes again.
Howard with the tomahawk on the feet.
Friendly roll, and finally they do.
And a good-natured cheer from the Knapp Center crowd as the Purple Aces score their first point of the second half at the 11:05 mark.
Evansville going to be a little bit more aggressive as they got Comer on Sturts, but it didn't pay off.
Down by 22, will inbound. Steal, Howard. Finish, Howard.
Always in. He's their focal point of what they do, how they run their offense, what they do on defense, and so they do need him in there as they don't have a very deep bench, so he needs to be able to play a lot of minutes.
Isaiah.
And stop a 2-game losing streak. Thomas for Dean. Mascari hassles him. Mascari has the steal. Combs for Sturts. Layup for Howard.
Last from Drake. Guys on the defensive end didn't know who they're covering. Duke Dean was open first. Everybody went to him, and then Christian Davis is wide open. That's a 50% 3-point shooter.
Easy for Davis. Banks and Montgomery again. The ISO. Freshman and Howard drives in, hangs and hits. 7 to shoot. Christian Davis for Montgomery. Howard all over him. Great defense for the freshman. Got a piece of the shot. Howard again playing with his hair on fire. Been tremendous for the Bulldogs. Coast to coast for 2 for the freshman. Case picks it. Good anticipation that time. Half-court defense for Bradley. Dean running. First didn't see it coming. Turn right back over to Sturts. On a bounce for Howard. The freshman hits for 2 more.
Bounce it inside. Ellington got it off in time, but can't finish, and the rebound comes out for Milton. Stolen by Howard for Drake. Nice reverse and finish off the steal. It's the back end of 2.
And the free throws are important so they can set up this pressure, trying to disrupt the flow of the Bulldogs. You see Ferguson face guard and Sturts trying to make it hard for him to get a touch.
Howard gets it back outside. Mascari hasn't had a lot of operating room outside. Around the screen of Manyow.
Well, good recovery by Ellington.
4 on the shot clock. Howard a long way from the hoop, has to throw up a desperation. Oh, mercy.
Of A.J. Ferguson defensively. Keep an eye on number 7. He has been locked on to Bennett Sturts.
Howard, the freshman, he has been an inspiration for the Bulldogs off the bench.
Keep an eye on Sturts now. He's number of steals. They talked about this.
Howard does it again. What a game for Howard. Abreu floats it up. Oh, what a follow by Howard. Not too late for Sturts to make a big impact on this game. Stays with the hot hand by feeding Howard. Got his own miss. And the stick back.
That's right. You had a really good point there. The 3 try by Nakunda won't go. Running down the rebound is Cale Combs. Combs of Wyoming last year, played in 26 ball games, averaged a little less than 3 points a game. Howard lines up for 3.
On his finishes, and Nate Ferguson, an elite vertical athlete, able to finish at the rim.
Combs, Jackson, Manial, Ferguson, and Howard on the floor for the Bulldogs. Combination that probably in game time hasn't played together very much. Here's Ferguson driving, faking. Howard open on the baseline. Shot clock hits 10. Open look Mascari, his first look of the night, his first shot of the night, and it's another offensive rebound. This time it comes from Isaiah Howard. He scores.
We've got 30 seconds to play. The 3 going to be jacked up, and Manial with a rebound. He'll lead it ahead. Behind the back to Howard, and reverse.